Hi everybody, how's it going? We're here with a timeless reading. Welcome. The first card that we have out is Five of Cups. The second card that we have out is Page of Wands. And Six of Swords. Okay. Because I'm seeing the Lovers on the bottom of the deck, I'm imagining that for most of you, this will have to do with a relationship. Five of Cups can be this feeling of, wow, I feel really let down, or I feel disappointed, or like, why did it have to be like that? Or I'm having a hard time just accepting the way that that sort of ended up happening, like those sorts of things. But then having Page of Wands can be like, but now I have this thing that's speaking to me, and it feels like it redirects your attention. Because Five of Cups is something that we feel because of being in the past rather than being in the present moment and like comparing. Just from a place of I haven't integrated that thing that already happened. It's not about what's happening now. Five of Cups is like what already did happen and my feelings surrounding that, and like not really being able to, it hasn't been integrated yet. Page of Wands is a feeling of, well, now I have something to be excited about, or now I have something to do or something to participate in, and it's a feeling of, it feels more levity than anything, where Five of Cups is like, I can't believe that happened, or like, why did it go that way, or I shouldn't have done that, or like, why did they do that, like those sorts of things. Page of Wands is like, oh, something is happening right now that I want to be present for, and so it redirects your attention to the present moment because you want to be there participating in it. And so I'm seeing there definitely be a shift from Five of Cups to Page of Wands, where it's like focusing on the past. Now I'm stepping into the present moment and feeling excited about what's currently going on, so I don't have to be thinking about that thing anymore, or like I can sort of bring my attention and my focus into the present moment. And then having Six of Swords shows that basically because of this thing coming through, you can move forward then. So this can be just anything that's sort of presenting itself currently, where you're like, now we get to be excited about that. It can be like, we had plans yesterday to hang out, and then there was like a rain on our parade, and then we weren't able to see each other. And that happened yesterday, and I woke up feeling like so upset about it. But now in the present moment, like today we have plans. This is just a very simplified example of what this energy can be. So it's like yesterday that thing happened in a way where you were like, I thought that we were going to see each other or whatever. And then Page of Wands is going to be like, oh, but we can make plans right now, or we can do something right now. So it's like, now I want to focus on the present moment because I don't really need to be thinking about that anymore, because I have an opportunity now. I have something that I can participate in now. And then Six of Swords is like, now we can move forward with things. So it can even be like, I was having a hard time accepting that, but now in the present moment, there's something going on that I feel good about, or I feel excited about, or I feel happy about, and now just we can move on totally from that. Six of Swords is like, my mind is finally released from that past thing because I'm in the present moment now. And again, seems like something that's happening in like the confines of a relationship, it seems, with the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. So rather than feeling really down about that and that being sort of everything that I'm feeling, I'm stepping into the present moment and feeling excited about things and wanting to experience things. And now I'm seeing that slowly I'm transitioning from Five of Cups, that feeling, a feeling like loss, mourning, disappointment. It's being transmuted into excitement because I'm excited about what's presently going on. And now I feel like my mind is coming to terms with things, and I'm able to be present, and I'm feeling good about being present. Allow yourself to get excited about stuff going on right now. What do you want to do right now? What do you want to focus on right now? What can you do? What do you have the opportunity Think about what you want. I get the feeling again of like Five of Cups is like, I wanted that thing and then it didn't go that way. It's like, what do you want now though? You can't change that. So what can happen right now? And redirecting your attention. And that's what's going to be most helpful in allowing you to release this old energy. When I say release it, I mean like integrate it specifically. Of like, no matter how much I didn't want that to happen, or no matter how much I don't want to accept that that's how things played out, they did play out in that way. And if I bring my focus, if I bring my consciousness into the present moment, what can I like want now, or what can I wish for now, or what can I do now? It feels like it's about, again, making that transition to, yes, I recognize that what had happened, what I wanted to happen, my feelings about sort of that whole thing, recognizing that I don't have to lose the present moment just because that other thing didn't align with my expectation. And now I'm able to move forward. Now I'm able to move on from that because I'm seeing that. I recognize how I felt. I accepted it. And now I want to participate in something presently, so I don't have to keep, like feeling that. That can be done. I can sort of tuck that away where it needs to go and continue on. Page of Wands and the Hermit can be you thinking about, like, what feels exciting now? What do I want to be doing now? Where do I feel my attention or my inspiration or my motivation is being called? What feels exciting? What is sparking joy for me? Like those types of things. What would be fun to participate in? Like that. And then it's going to have you connect with like a new wish fulfillment or a new desire. A present one, not a past one. Not a past one that they're like you can't do anything about that anymore or with that anymore other than have your feelings about it. If you move, when you slide into the present moment, it allows something to be obtainable once again. I am seeing Hanged Man here. This could have been a moment that happened. Okay. Reshaping. I get the feeling with starting with Five of Cups and ending with Seven of Swords can be the way that your shadow keeps you in a place where you're constantly living in the past rather than living in the present moment. And like constantly thinking about those past things rather than making memories now. It's like living very much in the past, and also it being sort of a catch-22 because you can't change any of those things. Yes, you can reframe things, but you can't change the events that happened. You can change though, like your feelings around it. Change meaning like as your perspective shifts, like naturally your feelings can change about those things. Depending on the way that you're sort of framing and narrating. Five of Cups is ultimately going to be about, like, I'm accepting what has happened so it can be integrated. I'm giving myself time to process it, and then it allows me to move forward because I'm not stuck trying to figure that thing out anymore. I figured it out, and I've allowed it to sort of settle into its place, rather than feeling like my attention keeps getting drawn back into that. Because it's not like we do the Five of Cups on purpose, right? It's not like you walk around being like, I want to be sad about this, or I want to be upset about this. But Seven of Swords is kind of like the mental games that we play with ourselves, or even unconsciously, that bring us back into that feeling of like loss and lack of security and disappointment, and doing things that don't allow us to be in the present moment. So this feels like grabbing hold of that part of you where there can be some sneaky thoughts that are coming up that sort of keep you in that past frame of reference, and the things that will allow you to come into the present moment. But this can only happen through an exchange, because I'm seeing Neptune and I'm seeing Virgo with Hanged Man and the Hermit. And what this means is working essentially with your expectations, with your desires, with your willingness to be present too, because Five of Cups is something that like disappointment, like lack of acceptance, those things, it comes from a place of, once we've gotten past like the initial feelings about something, which it feels like you have, and you're sort of just sitting with what is in that moment, what can happen is that with Neptune there, it can be like, it should have been like this, it should have been like that, and doing all of these things that like won't actually change what had happened. But actually, like Neptune, because it can be like this avoidance or running away from reality, all of the things that we do that will promote us not accepting reality as it played out, and being like, well, I had this expectation, or it should have gone like this, or whatever. Like all of these things that again have us not accepting what actually happened, and it being perpetuated because of that. Like my fantasy was that this would happen, or my expectation was that, or I really thought that this was going to be the thing that occurred, or I didn't want that to happen. All of this stuff that, again, with Neptune here, it can be like, escape what actually happened. But having Seven of Swords, it can be like on an internal level, yes, but on an unconscious level at times, where we don't realize that's what's happening, that we're just perpetuating this like lack of acceptance of what has actually occurred. But Hanged Man can, as much as it can be the thing with Neptune that gets you to avoid what has taken place, it can also be a place where there can be an immense spiritual shift, where we gain more insight and we can come to a place of acceptance of what has occurred. And so like Neptune has the power to do that. It has the power to keep you in a space of fantasy, of not accepting what has occurred. But it also has the power, if we can tap into the higher frequency of Neptune, to be in a place of acceptance unconditionally of all that is, and with a sense of like actual wisdom and peace that we feel within us, and our connection with the divine and like the cosmic unfolding of things. So like we can say like a lower vibration or a less evolved vibration, Neptune is like, run away from that thing that you don't want to accept. And again, like not in a conscious way. It's not like you're running around being like, I want to be upset about this, or I don't want to get over it. Like we do want to get over it, right? But Neptune has this way of like, let me just be in a fantasy land, or let me think about like, I wish that it would have been like that. I wish that it could have been like this, and like not letting go of our misaligned expectation that didn't actually play out. And this is about coming to a place of release, and how when we do that, we can get excited about the present moment and what can be, and it allows us to have full participation in what is presently, rather than living in the past and being stuck in the past. And it allows you to move forward and be like, what do I want now? What's possible now? Like, what is my heart calling me towards right now that I actually have the power to realize, or to achieve, or to move towards, or to manifest? But if we're so stuck in the past that we're not in the present moment, it actually steals away those current like wish fulfillments that we can discover. So that's what I'm seeing is going on. It feels like Neptune being here, like maybe during the Neptune retrograde, it can be a time to come to terms with some things that you may look at and be like, yep, I still haven't come to terms with that. Or it's still like, I still feel a way when I think about it. This is a really great opportunity for there to be more psychological, emotional, spiritual awareness that we gain. If we tap into the higher frequency of Neptune, we can use it in that way. And also having Virgo here too, like having Neptune and having Virgo. Virgo is about analyzing. And I'm also seeing the Magician on the bottom of the deck, which is Mercury. And also too, like we're in the pre-shadow for Mercury, I guess depending on, for those of you that you follow tropical, western. There is pre-shadow currently for Mercury. And so being in this period, it can be the time where we can feel these things, and having it be a pre-shadow to the retrograde that will be taking place is about like basically like redoing things or reframing things. It can be this time of like, I'm going back to that point where I see I did not integrate something, and now can be the time where I actually do that, and I can actually gain insight and also see what was stopping me from doing exactly that. What was not allowing me to be released from this because I was not integrating it. And you can also see too where you had been keeping yourself from doing so because of like basically wanting to escape reality in some shape or form. Again, most likely it's like the shadow, so it's an unconscious level that this happens on, but now these things can come to the surface, so you can actually see what was going on rather than it still being an unconscious energy. It comes to the surface and can become a conscious energy, and so you can see what's going on and you can move through it then without it being like this, like, I can't really put my finger on it, but I keep getting stuck back in this moment. This is a time where you can actually see the inner workings of your mind, and also where you tend to escape or be a bit out of touch at times. Break this down through analysis with the sign of Virgo here, and then see what was going on and allow you to integrate and allow you to heal this, if you want to frame it like that. And it will very much allow you to move forward then. So this doesn't have to be a thing of the past. Well, it can be a thing of the past. It doesn't have to be living in the past anymore. You can come into the present moment and be there and actually feel a sense of excitement, feel a sense of joy, feel a sense of novelty in the present moment. And also too, it can elicit this sense of excitement for like what can be and the potential and like what your heart is speaking to you right now in this present moment, and the power that you do have to realize those things, rather than that thing about the past that didn't manifest and you don't have any control over that thing that already had happened and you can't change that. Definitely feels like a time of reflection that this happens within, where you can be sitting with yourself, you can be journaling, you can be processing those types of things, working it out, and catching up to the present. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.